Good morning. This is the speaking mock exam taking place at Orient Academy in Tashkent. My name is Oybek Iskandarov. Can I have your full name, please?
My full name is Stolbova Yasmina, but you can call me just Yasmina.
Okay, thank you. Let's start with part one. Now I'd like to ask some questions about yourself in this part, okay? So, do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student. I study at school and I'm planning to enter university in the near future.
Okay, thank you. What do you like about your school?
I like about my school that we're all kept in line and all the students are responsible. That's really because of our teachers who are professional and I really love them.
Okay. What do you dislike about your school?
I don't have specific factors that I don't like, but I think the fact that we spend a lot in our school, a lot of our time, as we study until 5 p.m. and that's, I think, too much.
Okay. Now let's talk about jokes, okay? Are you good at telling jokes?
I don't think so, because sometimes when I tell jokes, even in our company where all my friends are close to me, I feel awkward and it just falls flat.
Thank you. Do your friends like to tell jokes?
Yes, I think it's a kind of glue that keeps all our company, and especially we have inside jokes which understand only the members of our company.
Okay, thank you. Do you like to watch comedy movies?
Yes, I like watching comedy movies, not about stand-ups or these comedians, but comedy movies like some romantic or horror movies, I really like them.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about clothes, okay? Do you like wearing t-shirts?
I like wearing t-shirts in summer especially because in our country it's boiling hot during this season. So without t-shirt it would be like awful.
Thank you. What color clothes do you like to wear?
In terms of color, I think it's not very important because anything which is not really plain, like beige or white, I really like wearing it on a daily basis.
Well, what kind of clothes do you never wear?
I think the clothes which is very tight and which might be a bit short or something, because I think in our culture and in our country it's a bit socially unacceptable, so it's awkward to wear it outside.
Okay, thank you. Do you wear the same style of clothes on weekdays and weekends?
It depends on the season, because in summer, when it's holidays, I can wear whatever I want, but when I go to school, of course, it's very serious about our uniform, so I can't wear the things that I wear on weekends.
Now let's talk about reading, okay? Do you like reading?
I'm not really into it because I'm not that patient and I don't have what is needed for reading, so not really.
Okay. When you need to read something, do you prefer to read on paper or on screen?
I prefer traditional style. I like to read on the papers because when I use screens, I feel exhausted and tired in the nearest time because my eyes start to ache and it's not comfortable.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to part two. Now I'd like to give some information about part two. In this part, I'll give you a cue card and you will be given 1 minute to get prepared. And then you will have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, okay? So now this is your cue card and then this is a pencil for you to take notes if you wish, okay? Now your time starts. So now your time is up. Now you should be talking.
My recent long-term goal is to move to another country and try to study there and stay for a long term, I think. I've chosen Finland as my dream country because I've looked at some information, I've studied and learned how it's there and what it has, and I think that it's kind of an ideal country. It seems like it was just scripted for me. I don't know how to describe it. Nature is just nearby and there are a lot of forests, lakes. There are the ancient buildings architecture just contrasts with modern styles buildings, and for this goal I try to keep conscientious and ambitious. I've started learning Finnish, and on the side I learn Chinese just to have something on my base. I also study math and physics very hard because I think that I will need it. Moreover, none of my family members have ever studied abroad, and I think that I will be a kind of pioneer in this sphere, and I will be the one who will be the first studying there. But it's very difficult because the budget and the financial problems will be very difficult. That are challenges that are really difficult to overcome. So I'm really trying on this.
Okay, how did you find out about these Finland universities?
Because I've searched the internet and I found out that there are a lot of old and qualified universities, which I think will be very good in my future.
Okay, thank you. Now, this is the end of part 2. Now let's move on to part 3. So in this part, I'd like to ask some general questions, okay? So why do people set goals?
Because they start seeing the meaning of life, and it sometimes becomes the center of their mind. So they have they live for something, they have goals, they try to reach them, and it's really motivating to live.
Why should parents encourage their children to have ambitions?
Because it helps to develop the skill of being responsible, of having something very important, to not just sit somewhere and do whatever they want, but try to expand their worldview and try to reach it somehow.
So how does having goals help children to be more responsible?
Because goals push children forward to be more hardworking and conscientious about their work and what they do, and this develops this skill.
When do young children start setting goals for themselves?
I think that it begins earlier than most of people think. Maybe at the age when they are toddlers, at maybe 2 or 3, when they think about building a tower of their toys or doing something else. But this develops with their age, and maybe at the age when they are at 6 or 8, when they're going to their first classes, they are becoming even more hardworking and setting more their goals of being, for example, of getting a 5 as a grade.
Okay, thank you. Do you think people's goals change over time?
Yes, of course. With age, they become more serious and they have more challenges. This really requires more, for example, resources and work. But I think, it's natural and of course, will happen.
Okay, thank you. Now this is the end of your speaking mock exam. So now first I'd like to give some feedback about your part 1. Okay, that was really awesome. There was a problem when you were answering a question about jokes actually. So you said inside jokes which understand among my friends, you said, right? Instead you should have said which were or which are understood. Okay, which are understood. Yeah, you should have used passive voice. And then you use a very nice vocabulary in this part, like boiling hot. Actually, this can be very useful for our viewers. Boiling hot, it's extremely hot. And also fall flat. For example, when your joke doesn't land or doesn't really work out, you can say, my joke falls flat. It's a very nice phrase to use. And then socially unacceptable. I really like this word because when the thing that you do is unacceptable and if it's not kind of welcomed perfectly or well in society, you can say socially unacceptable. That was very well used. I didn't see any problems in your part 1. Now let's move on to part 2. In part 2, there were a couple of grammar issues. You said look at some information about universities. Look for, yes, you should look at, it means to stare at something, right? And then you said none of my family members have achieved or have studied abroad, right? When you said none, and then after you should have used has, none of them has ever studied abroad, okay? But in part 2 also you used some very nice chunks of language like scripted for me. It means ideal, or you can use this phrase when something is very well suited to you actually. And then contrasts with. Contrasts with, it means it's like completely different from one another. You can say something contrasts with other stuff. You use it very well, this phrase, like historical buildings contrast very well with modern architecture, right? That was really awesome. And in part 3, you said they become more consciousness, right? No, instead you should have said conscientious, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I probably misheard. But overall, actually, the performance was really awesome. Now I'd like to give you some score, okay? Of course, this might kind of vary a little bit from your real exam. So for fluency, I would give 8. It was really nice. And lexical resource, your vocabulary is really good. So another 8. But in grammar, there were a couple of mistakes, right? And slips. So probably it would be 7, because when you are operating at a high level, like at 8 or at 9, so almost your speech should be error-free. You should sound very natural, and you should try to keep your speech completely free from any grammatical issues, okay? And for pronunciation, I would give 8. It's really nice, actually. Okay, so overall, it would be 7.5. Okay, if you work on your grammar, I think 8, probably 8.5 is easily within the reach. Okay, thank you.